Who says it's hard to get rid of aphids?
Alright guys, it's been about 2 weeks since my last update on these plants. As you can tell, they've gotten a little bit bigger. So I've been giving them about anywhere from 14 to 16 hours of light each day. Been feeding them with the master blend mix that I've put in one of my other videos, and just continue to watch them grow. So as you see, some of them are actually pretty large. Here's my hand for comparison. So this was the plant I topped 2 weeks ago, and as you can see, it put out some little side shoots. It's gotten a little bit more stable, and it still has a little ways to go, but one thing I'll note here is that these leaves are kind of curled up because I accidentally burnt it with too high a nitrogen mix, or well, I just added too much fertilizer to it, and those little leaves came out a little bit burnt, but it's recovering well. But basically what I wanted to show here is that these side shoots have started coming out once I topped the plant. This was where the plant was growing originally, and then you've got these side shoots coming off from both sides here. And as it continues to grow, there should be more that come off to the sides, and the plant should get a little stronger. But one thing I wanted to show you guys is how I take care of these plants as they start growing. If you'll notice, a lot of these plants have these little tiny leaves down at the base. And all of them have them. And these leaves don't really do anything for the plant. All they're doing is consuming nutrients. They're not getting any sunlight because obviously the light's up here, and down here it's pretty dark. So these leaves aren't actually contributing to the plant. They're just sucking up nutrients and basically causing the plant to not grow as fast as it could. So what I usually do is I just go in with my fingers and start plucking off these little tiny leaves. And you can use shears to do this, but I find it's easier to just use my fingers. Just make sure your hands are clean, obviously. Go ahead and wash them if you so feel so. Obviously don't pick your nose and do this. Not that anyone would ever pick their nose and do this, hopefully. But what you want to do here is just kind of clean up the base of the plant that's not... When you look at these stems, you can kind of tell if they're going to grow out. Like this one, for example, doesn't look like it's going to grow out. So I'm just going to pluck it off. And on some of these other plants, let's see if I can find an example here. So like some of these side stems that you see here, they may grow out to be bigger stems later on. So it's just kind of a judgment call if you want to leave those in there. But like definitely these little tiny leaves that you see here, like this little guy right here, this is not doing anything and it won't get any larger. Just go ahead and pull those off. And despite what I'm doing, be gentle with the plant, obviously. So I'll just continue doing this for all these plants. What you want to be able to see is the main stem here, and it should be pretty clear. And what you want to see is most of the plants, or at least all of the leaves, getting light. If there's a few down at the base that aren't getting light, but they're bigger leaves, as you move these around, they should get some light. But basically what we want to do is just remove these little tiny leaves that aren't doing anything except sucking up the nutrients off the plant. So that's pretty much it. I've obviously got a lot of plants to do, and I'll give you an update in a couple weeks. But right now everything seems to be growing well. I've got the aphid problem under control, not with the blowtorch, but just using some diatomaceous earth and then some sprays. What was the spray I was using? No, I was using this Ortho 3-in-1, which seems to work really well. Just sprayed on top of the plants, and the aphids are pretty much dead in a day or so. But that's pretty much the update for now. As I said before, I'll give you guys an update in a few weeks, and y'all have a good one. Oh, just in case you're interested, here's Tiny Tim. He's doing a little bit better. All he needed was some persuasion.